Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to Satisfactory. In the last episode, we got our steel production running, or at least some steel production running. Should be running at 120 ingots per second. And we got our copper production up and running as well, and that should be running at 240 ingots per second. Forgot to mention what the output is of the iron. The iron ingots should also be running at 240 ingots per second with what we're feeding it. That is the maximum throughput that we're getting out of this. So, we're going to need to do stuff with these ingots. So we will get to that. And the question is, are those things that we're going to want to do with these ingots going to want to go out over open space or up? My inclination is to go up. So I think that's what we're going to do. So we need to determine how tall we're going to make this particular section. And maybe see about some structural things. Because we have catwalks and things like that that we can actually use. But there is actually one thing that I want to do. And that is this. We want to get rid of this catwalk, these stairs, and I want to put a foundation back here. Yes. Because I want to set up our transport between this level and the upper level via Hypertube. So, where do I want to do the Hypertube area? Okay, I think we're going to do it down here. What is over here? Not much of anything. So, yeah, that will work. Yes. Okay, at least for now, it will work. So, what we need is a Hypertube wall hole. Here. Let's do it there. And we need a Hypertube floor hole, because we're going to do it there. I think. And there is a Hypertube. Now, if that's the case, then this area is going to be off limits for Vehicles. That should be fine. I mean, there's a possibility that I might want to do some stuff in the middle here with vehicles. I can figure out how the traffic is going to work, but for now... Oh! I'm missing encased industrial beams. I should have some of those. But not here. And if I don't, I can make some. Now, I think it said that if you put an entrance at both ends of the Hypertube, you can make it a Hypertube a bidirectional tube. We have 4 encased industrial beams. That's not quite enough, is it? Okay. Not a problem. Grab some concrete, grab some steel beams, and we can make a small amount of encased industrial beams by hand. I think I need at least 8. We'll make 20 of them. That shouldn't take too long. And give me a little extra. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, going up the ramps in these little... these little carts gets a little goofy. Man, that does not look comfortable. Okay, so Hypertube entrance, can we put it there? Yes, we can. All right, can I grab some power off off of there. Yes, we in theory can. Actually, let's put in just a basic wall outlet. There we go. Let that run down to there. Now, can I put a Hypertube entrance there? It looks like I can. Whoa! All right. Do I want it there? I'm not sure I want it to do that. Okay. All right. No problem. We can put a Hypertube support in. Maybe that arrangement is not the way I'm going to want to do this. Okay. Let's try a plan B. Alright, let's put in a Hypertube wall hole there. A Hypertube like that. Is it the cleanest look? I don't know. It definitely works a lot better. All right. Basic wall. Make sure that gets back where it needs to be. All right, cool. All right. So the bottom floor was, I think, 4 wall segments high. Is that where we're gonna want to put this? that? Why is it there? Oh. Alright, let's see with the smelters. Is that an arrangement that makes sense? I think so. Alright, so I think what we're going to want to do is make some catwalk stairs. Like that, but you don't need that piece. Or this piece. Well, actually, you kind of do need that piece. Oop, I fell off. Actually, I think I do want them to be on this side, so actually. Yeah, I think that would work. something more along these lines here. And those lines there. Yeah, that'll give plenty of headroom. All right. So I'll have to get some catwalks set up, figure out where I want to put ladders, things like that. All right, so oh, that is definitely not where I wanted to put that. Alright, so that's where the next floor is going to be. Now what I think we want to do is we want to do something similar. Actually, let's do it this way. Oh, I overhung that a bit too far. Alright, we need a conveyor lift floor hole. Alright. And these are going to be level 3 conveyors. Inputs. Alright, and first things first is we're going to be doing iron. Send it that way. sure that that's properly lined up. Alright, and then we want to do this with steel. Okay, and then we will do it as well with copper. The copper probably should have been that one over there. Oh well, no big deal. I can figure it out. We're just gonna have to kind of run it around a little bit. Good deal. Conveyor belt is too steep. What in the world are you talking about? Oh, for some reason default will work. Okay. All right, now as usual, go ahead and color code everything. Oh, that's the wrong thing there. Add a wall hole. right there. Alright, and then we would have a wall hole there. And a hypertube there. Alright, right now we're just doing single stops. We might have express hypertubes set up at some point. Oh, that's the wrong spot, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Well, actuality, or something like this. Just gonna get everything mocked the way that it would be. All right. Let's put this back in. I put it in the wrong spot. That's all right. All right. probably do actually want them separated a little bit. Okay. Got some Hypertube set up. We figured out where the new floor is gonna be. And I've run myself completely out of iron plates. Alright. Iron, steel, copper. And now we just got to figure out what it is we're going to start making up here with those inputs, how much of it we're going to need, where things are going to go, all that sort of stuff. We'll work on that for next episode. So for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.